Hello and welcome into the Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you as we get you all set for what should be an emotional game and maybe the beginning of a budding rivalry. It's the Erie Tigers as they take on Dawson here today. Brandon Bird here with you, getting you set for this lacrosse matchup on what's turned out to be just a beautiful Thursday evening. Well, the Erie Tigers, they come into this game with a solid record so far under Coach Mandia in their first year in their program history at 8-1. Dawson this year 4-4 to start the season. In fact, you take a look at what Dawson has done so far this year. They opened the season with a win against George Washington, a loss to Ponderosa, a loss to Cheyenne Mountain 14-0, a loss to Holy Family. They started 1-3, but since then they have turned around the ship. A win against Prairie View 14-0, a Clear Creek victory 16-3. They dropped one to Windsor, but then they beat Pueblo West 12-4 as they roll in here to Erie. And it is an emotional game for these players. Of course, many of the Erie Tigers were Dawson Mustangs just a year ago. And when this St. Vrain team was announced, Dawson ended up losing several players, maybe the most notable, the Keeners in there, Kamagaki, Adam Bristow, Tyler Gardner, just to name a few. Sage Gardner, Houston Irwin, Aiden Clough, a lot of former Dawson Mustangs that played a year ago, now donning Erie Tiger uniform. And we are going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we will get you all set for the face-off. It's the Tigers versus the Mustangs here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Open up a browser and look up youtube.com/Erie Tiger Network. To subscribe, sign into YouTube and press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about ETN posts. To like the video, click the thumbs up button on the right hand side of the screen. Use the bar on the bottom of the screen to move and skip parts in the video. To skip forward or backwards, use the arrow keys to move 5 seconds. You can pause the video at any time by pressing the spacebar or clicking with the mouse.
Better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
Have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you. Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to
set up a personalized consultation.
And welcome back into the Erie Tiger Network as both teams getting ready out here. And it's going to be a little bit of a shaky broadcast here tonight as a couple students unable to make it last minute. So I am doing a one-man band, camera, graphics, play-by-play. We'll see how it goes, but we'll at least get this game on air, hopefully for your enjoyment, as we watch the Tigers try to go for win number 9. We already talked about a little bit of, might be an emotional game for this Dawson crew, as a lot of former players now wearing jerseys of the other color. And so for the Dawson squad, it'll we'll see. They're only 4-4 this year, but we kind of expect them to maybe play up a little bit more here tonight. With that said, I know these Tigers are ready. Talking to Tyler Gardner before the game, he mentioned that this is a game that these Tigers are very excited for here tonight, as they get all set to take on what, for many of them, their former team, just sitting on the other side of the sideline. So glad you could join us here tonight. Tonight's game is brought to you by Jeannie Hulse of State Farm. Jeannie's been serving the Erie community for many years now, so be sure to check her out online at jeanniehulse.com. So the players out in the middle, and you want to know who the captains are tonight? How about this? Coach Mandia sending a bunch of, well, I'm guessing if I take a look at all the different numbers here for Erie that are out there right now in terms of who's in the middle: Adam Bristow, Taylor Kamagaki, Cam Kramer out there, Joe Notaro. Also out there is Zach Tribbett, Dalton Vandaloon, Aiden Abram, Ben Warren is out there, Sage Gardner is out there. And those are your starters, actually. And Tim Beach in net here for the Tigers. And so those are your starters for the Tigers. We'll try and get through some starters for Dawson as well. I know taking the faceoff will be Jonathan Gruner. Nope, and he's actually, looks like, going to sub out, and coming in is Cade Carlson. But taking the faceoff, we'll eventually get there, is Phil Garrity. And as we mentioned, already a few former Dawson Mustangs out there in the starting lineup for the Tigers. So it should be a fun one here. And Dawson will start with the ball, and they'll bring it quickly up the field, and a save there on a bouncing ball by Beach. Tigers will play it out of the middle. Stay a little bit zoomed out here. As we said, one-man band here tonight, so bear with us as best you can. Now Tigers on the attack. That was Bristow with it. Bristow will play it off to Kramer. Tigers patiently waiting here. That's Adams with it. Christian Adams waiting for one of the Keeners. That's Stone Keener. Now Stone will race in. Cuts back to his left, looking for a pass. Now wheels it off left side. Long shot, partially blocked. And we'll start over here. Tigers still attacking toward the Dawson net. Adams with it. Plays it. Fires, and a good save in the net that time by Dawson Santagio. That's right, the goalie for Dawson named Dawson. Hard to be more fitting than that. A fake and a low shot whistles wide. But closest to it is Kramer, and the ball will stay here with the Tigers. Behind the net now, Bristow looking. Kramer has it, wheels, fires, and that one, I don't know if that hit the post, the referee, or a player behind the net, but it ricocheted oddly out in front. Dawson trying to clear their own zone. Coach Mandia, he talked about this defense and just how good this Erie defense has been. He says sometimes when the other team is in the offensive zone, I don't even need to look and stress out. I know that because they're so disciplined and so athletic that they just continue to churn out dominant performance after dominant performance. In behind the net. Pass out front is lost for a moment. Some hard Tiger checking here near the sideline, and finally run out of bounds. Good defense that time. Ben Warren in there. One of the long sticks. Now Adams quickly with it. Into the Dawson side of the field. Bristow behind the net. Tigers taking a lot of shots from that far side. A rebound for Erie. Quick pass behind the net is Bristow. Long shot. That one hit the pipe and ricocheted wide. So we've had a couple ringers so far here to start this half. Tigers again on offense. Keener with it. Keener looking for help. Adams the long shot. That's picked off by Dawson, the goalie. And so Dawson, the goalie for Dawson, just swiped it. Good steal. And Santangelo. Excuse me, that's Santagello. Dawson Santagello, that's his last name. And now Dawson will bring it up the field. That's Ben Perry with it, and he gets it swiped. And back the other way go the Tigers. Warren with it, shielding, using his body, getting up the sideline here. And a good clear for Erie. Tigers on the attack. Kamagaki had it for a little bit. Now they'll play catch. Bristow with it. Kamagaki flying up the side here. Now far side pass. Adams has it. Near side, that's Teku. Shot leaning back, and that one caught a piece, I think, of Santagello and went long. So Tigers will keep possession here behind the net. Tiger falls down, but Kramer picks it up. Long shot and another save there by Santagello. He's had a good start here to this half. Santagello with it through the midfield. Dawson will finally clear over the Tiger side. Ground ball, though, picked up, and back the other way goes Erie, racing into the Dawson zone. Around the right side, now behind the net. Pass out front. Tigers trying to settle things down. Dump to the far side. Stepping in. Drops it through the legs and gets it to go home. And that was Corby Teku on the goal. And a personal foul, or excuse me, a penalty called here on Dawson. I believe after the goal was scored. At least I thought it was Dawson. Yeah, Dawson player into the penalty box. Or should I say the penalty area on the sideline. Watching a lot of hockey lately with the Avalanche in the playoffs. So the Tigers will have an advantage. And I believe the referee signaled that that was a 2-minute penalty as Tyler Gardner won that one straight back. And here come the Tigers in the offensive zone again. Bristow, he'll fire it far side. Now Jackson Keener has it. Thought about firing the shot was Adams. Back to Keener. Tigers cycling around the Dawson net here. Centering pass, shot bounced into the net, and another goal for the Tigers. It's 2-0, and that time it's Jackson Keener. So here in the first period, already a 2-0 lead for the Tigers. On goals less than 45 seconds apart. And 6:19 left to go here in quarter number 1, and Erie already on top 2-0. And so far, Dawson's been back on their heels. A lot of action in that Dawson side of the field. And Gardner out here take another face-off, and Tyler Gardner will win that one. Pick it up, gets swatted from him, finally gets the ground ball. Tyler, who played for Dawson last year, will pass it off behind the net to Kramer. Kramer looking. Had a man open up top. That's Kamagaki. Fires, and a nice save by Santagello. And quickly up the field goes Dawson. Good check there, and another turnover. And back the other way go the Tigers. They've got numbers. Into the open field here. Kamagaki wheels off near side. Bristow winds, fires, blocked, and then picked up by Bristow. He'll reset here, waiting for the cavalry to arrive as Erie. And Sands will now hold it off and just wait for the Tigers offense to get reset and regroup here. Teku back on now, and he'll get the ball. Teku racing toward the net. Tacks off to his right, looking for a pass. Goes across the field. Shot, long shot, and a good save by Santagello. So Dawson Santagello's been busy here early in this first quarter. 5:03 left to play. Another pass that's deflected. Tigers will keep it in the Dawson zone. Here comes Kamagaki through the middle. Shot, save, and a pickup by Erie. Wheeled behind the back by Sands. Nice play there, but just couldn't shove it into the back of the net. And now Santagello will pick it up and reset here for Erie. Good action there. Erie, they are just swarming the blue shirts of the Mustangs right now. Now Dawson on the attack. They have just not spent a lot of time back here so far. Dawson trying to work it around. Near side pass, that's Hendricks that had it. Plays it up to Carson. Chase Kennedy behind the net. Back to Hendricks. Dawson just circling the net here. Going counterclockwise. See if, try and get someone that can get a good look for a shot here. Still controlling. Erie doing a good job cutting off anything to the middle of the field. Perry had it. Right side for Kennedy. Behind the net again. Carlson with it. Tacks to his left. Drops it down low. Big hit. Dislodges the ball, and Erie's taking it the other way. Erie again on the attack. Into the Dawson zone here. See Dawson really collapsing as the Tigers, they have taken a lot of shots from that far side, kind of that wing area. Now Adams has it. Adams playing catch here. Up top with Keener. Keener will dump it off for a teammate. Shot whistles wide. Actually, just a little bit high. That was Stone Keener on the shot. Erie will keep possession here. Kamagaki with it. He had double-digit goals a season ago for this Dawson team. Far side shot. Zips through the legs of the Dawson goalkeeper, but wide. And that will stay with Erie. His first one there was Cam Kramer. Now Kramer will play it in. Adams up top. I believe that's Houston Irwin. Yep, it is. Shot in, save. That was Stone Keener, and quickly up the field go the Mustangs. And a high pass. Out of bounds and a turnover there. That was Garrity with it. He's the Dawson leading goal scorer. Now Houston Irwin races into the Dawson zone. Adams with it. Steps, fires. He fired off the dome of a defender, and that ricocheted all the way back near midfield. Now Irwin tried to go back, and good job picking that one up was Adams, as that was just missed by Jackson Keener. Behind the net, Kramer with it. Far side pass, Kamagaki. Tigers have really been working that side of the Dawson defense. Pass into the middle, good pass by Kamagaki, and a good job defensively as Keener was trying to haul that in, and Stone just couldn't quite keep it in his stick. Back the other way goes Dawson. 1 minute remaining now in this first quarter. Tigers on top, 2-0. And the Tigers force another, well, no, they'll say that, yeah, okay, the drop of the stick and a turnover there. Tigers trying to break out here. Rushing quickly into the Dawson side of the field. Near side, Kamagaki. He'll wait. Jackson Keener with it. Now off Sands, far side. Tigers, excellent job in possession so far here in this first quarter. A lot of crisp passing. 2 goals so far. Kramer with it. Zips one up top. Keener wheels it off. Tigers reset. Now Keener steps into a shot, bounces, and that one just snuck wide. And really stepping into that shot was Jackson Keener. That had some steam behind it. Tigers crowding the net. 7 seconds left. Shot right at the end of the period, and a good save by Santagello. And he will throw it all the way up the field, and a save there by Beach, and that will do it. So we will take a break here. 1 quarter of play in the books. The Tigers lead it 2-0 here at home over Dawson.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to CarawayOrtho.com.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility, and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you as a quick first quarter of play, but a successful one for the Tigers as they lead it 2-0 off of a couple nice early goals, both before the 6-minute mark in that first quarter, and then mostly maintained possession. But Santagello been busy for the Dawson side. We take a look here at the face-off dot. Tyler Gardner still out there for the Tigers, and the referee will award that to Erie. And now Gardner will quickly come off the field. See Tyler Gardner there. Now Jackson Keener, he'll play it off far side, gets it right back, Jackson does. Adams with it. Tigers can afford to be patient here. They've got the lead, and they have showed that they can maintain possession here against this Mustang side. Long shot. That one bounced. Might have caught a piece of the pipe as that ricocheted high, and not exactly, I think, where Bristow, or excuse me, that's Kramer thought it would go. Now Adams tacks back to his left. Zips a pass back for Kamagaki. Now Keener winded, passed off, and a nice little dump to the middle, and just misfiring that time was Jackson Keener. Well, we have a hard time seeing the jersey numbers. We've talked about that a lot on the broadcast for years. There's a nice pass, and that shot hit the stick of Santagello, and good save there. Now Adams with it near side. But starting to learn these players and their body language and their styles a little bit better here on the broadcast. Adams with it near side, looking for some room. Has a man up top. He's trying to shield off to his right. Now will tack back to his left. Little underneath shovel pass to Kamagaki. Gets it right back. Quick ball movement there up top for Keener. Long shot by Bristow, and a good save there that time for Santagello. And man, he has been busy in net, and he has stood tall. He's keeping Dawson in this one so far. And a whistle and a timeout here called on the field. We will step aside. We'll take another timeout. Tigers, they lead it 2-0 here on the ETN.
Deep inside you. It will not die.
Ooh.
It will fight back.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you, Tigers. Right now in a timeout. Trying to discuss, hey, let's, we're getting some quality looks at the net, but we have got to finish. I think Coach Mandia's message for sure here to this team is the intensity been pretty good here for Erie. And a lot of friendly high-fiving between these players. Good to see. Thought there might be a little bit of an emotional element, maybe a frustrated or even angry or bitter element to this game, but so far been played very clean. Both teams showing some pretty good sportsmanship, seeing a lot of high fives exchanged back and forth between old teammates. As both sides keeping it classy here this afternoon. So Dawson with it out of the timeout. Good defense again for Erie. Ground ball is picked up by Dawson. And a flag coming, and this is on Erie. I think a check from behind here, and let's see if we can get the call. So a 30-second penalty here. That's on Aiden Abram, it looks like, serving the penalty. And so Dawson, man advantage for 30 seconds here. Dawson in the offensive zone. That's Carlson with it. Now Garrity. Dawson looking for some space, but quick discipline athletes of Erie, they have really made that tough sledding for Dawson here in this first half. 30 seconds up. Back to full strength are the Mustangs. Or excuse me, are the Tigers. Now Tigers can extend that defense back out. Patient bit of passing here for Dawson. Carlson with it. Longest period of possession we've seen so far, I think, from Dawson. Carlson wheels it off into the middle. That's been Perry. Ball is lost on the ground, but then picked up by Owen Hendricks. Now Tigers forcing it out near midfield, and they get a steal. Now ball on the ground. Tigers do come up with it. On the attack, that's Kamagaki. Plays it off onto the far side. Tigers looking for something here. That's Jackson Keener. Off to Brother Stone. Now here comes Corby Teku, the exciting freshman. Onto the field. $7:50 remaining here in this period. Teku is trying to streak toward the net. Didn't get the pass. Crossfield pass goes wayward and out of bounds. And so it'll be Dawson ball here with 7:38 remaining here in quarter number 2. Low scoring affair so far. As Santagello has really done a good job keeping the Mustangs in it, as Tigers have controlled possession and have really taken a lot of shots. They've had plenty of chances, just haven't been able to bury many of them. Pass in the middle is tipped, and that one will go all the way out of bounds. And they'll say it was tipped off an Erie stick, so it'll stay with Dawson. Pass in the middle. That one just zipped a little bit wide, and some good hustle defensively to at least pressure it, keep the ground ball going. And Dawson finally picks it up, and another hit at midfield. Here come the Tigers. Racing into the offensive zone. Pass off right side, centering pass. I think that was Kramer with it, and just couldn't quite corral it, but the Tigers do get it with Kamagaki. And a shot and a goal from the right side. And that was Adam Bristow that buried it home. And just kind of a quick snap from that far side. I looked down for just a second at my roster, and all of a sudden he snapped it and put it in the back of the net. And so 3-0 lead for the Tigers. And so we'll go back to the face-off dot with 6:13 and a 3-0 lead for Erie. Gardner hunkering down here at the midfield. Gardner's done a good job so far from the face-off dot. I believe that's Jonathan Gruner taking the face-off for Dawson, and Gardner comes away with it. Gardner with some speed. Off to Kamagaki. Looked like he was going to step into a shot. And now he'll play it in behind the net. Back to Kamagaki. Tigers on the attack here. Another pass in toward the X. Adams with it. Tigers stretching the field here. Tigers kind of looking for a cutter there toward the middle. Now Adams with it. Again up top for Teku, who's checked in. Adams looks, stepped, and then looked like he was going to fire a shot and then wanted to reset. Now he just barrels over a defender, shoots, tried to go over the top of Santagello, and it hit him and he lost it, but it was just lying underneath him. And man, Christian Adams planted a Mustang about at the 15-yard line in terms of the football field. One of the bigger hits we've seen here this game. 4:47 remaining now for the Mustangs to try and come up with some goal here, and the Tigers, as there was a penalty on, I believe that was Taylor Kamagaki, and I didn't see what the referee signaled, so I'm not sure how long this is, but there is a penalty on Erie. A 1-minute penalty, as our friend Paul Stassina over in the other booth giving the assist to us on that one. Dawson with it, still searching for their first goal. There's a nice long stick defensive play by Warren. But it sticks with Dawson here. Pass just missed an open Dawson player, and the long stick midi will get called for. No, offside called on Erie. They'll say that was Joe Notaro that was just leaning offside. Another good defensive play. Sun's starting to peek out here. And a nice steal there. Tigers with it now. That was Sage Gardner, by the way, on the steal. Off to Sands. Sands with it. Looking for a gap. Now we'll play it off to Adams, who's checked back in. Houston Irwin also in. Adams near side up top. That's Irwin. Irwin, a golfer for Meade. His father, Heath, played football at the University of Colorado. New England Patriots in the NFL. And some other teams as well. A Bronco, of course. Can't forget to mention that one. Adams with it now, near side. Finds Irwin up top. Near side. Adams again. Adams, we've already seen him bowl over a Dawson defender. 2:28 left. Nice pass near side, and another shot that just catches the knee of Santagello and goes out of bounds, and the Tigers will keep possession, but another save. My goodness. Keeping this one close. Hockey, you'd say he's standing on his head as that shot whistles wide, but it'll stay with Erie. Meanwhile, as that shot also goes wide, the other end, Tim Beach, he has had a vacation. It's like he's at the beach right now. Sands with it again. Looks to the middle. Adams shoves off a defender. Tried to bounce it. Bounced it over the net. But picked up by Kramer. Now near side. Kamagaki. Thought he was going to fire. Gets it off to Irwin. Irwin looking for an outlet. Low pass picked up, though, by Adams. Using that big left shoulder. Now dumps it in behind the net. Across the X. Up top. Kramer thought he was going to step into one there. Now steps across and fires high. Erie still with the ball here. Good long possession here to close the half. Minute 19 remaining. Shot from the near side, and that one goes wide. And they'll say closest to that was a Mustang. That was Kamagaki. Just sailed on him a little bit. And minute 10 left here. Dawson trying to go quick, and they'll call timeout. So timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout. Tigers lead at 3-0.
There's a beast deep inside you. It will not die.
Ooh.
It will fight back.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. 3-0 lead for the Tigers with 1:07 remaining here in this one. And it has been a first half that has had a lot of Tiger possession, a lot of Tiger shots, but a lot of saves by Dawson Santagello, the junior goalkeeper. Of course, a year ago for Dawson, and we have already kind of touched on this, but this Dawson team had a lot of these Tigers on this team in this first year for the Tigers. So a lot of the local district players end up now playing for Erie. And thought you might see it. Dawson last year 17-2 and went all the way to the state championship game before falling to Cheyenne Mountain 8-6. I mentioned those players on the team. The leading goal scorer for Dawson that now plays for Erie is Taylor Kamagaki. He had 18 last year. Jackson Keener had 17 for the Mustangs. Dawson with it now, 47 seconds left. Dawson trying to make something happen. 35 on the clock. They continue to cycle around. That was Samplinger with it behind the net. Now up top is Bo Reevy. And the Tigers' defense has just been dominant as you see them swarm there and pick it up with 8 seconds left. Tigers racing into the open field. And a shot is blocked as the Tigers try to get it in before the horn. That was Sage Gardner. And that will do it for the first half. So we're actually just going to take a break, but we're going to keep it here. We're going to turn the volume down. But it's halftime here. Tigers lead it 3-0 on the Erie Tiger Network. All right, and welcome back in here to the Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you. Nick Caccaro joining us on the camera for this second half of action as Tyler Gardner will take to the face-off dot here. A 3-0 lead for Erie. But I think they felt probably a halftime like it could have been a lot more if it weren't for the outstanding play of the aptly named Dawson Santagello of Dawson High School here, the goalie for this Mustang squad. And so into the offensive zone, Dawson goes after winning the opening draw. Dawson on the attack, that's Chase Kennedy. This Dawson team, as we said, without a bunch of Erie Tigers, 4-4. Garrity, the leading goal scorer at 16. Sampliner with 15. Ground ball there, though, picked up by Liam Keeley. In behind the net for Henricks. Henricks looking for Carlson, and Carlson will race it up sideline as he loses it out of bounds, or tried to race up to get it, but just drifted wide. And so now the Tigers will get possession here with Adams. Christian Adams off to Bristow. He's got a goal in this game. A third goal for the Tigers. Tigers being patient here. Stone Keener with it. Off to Adams. Adams with a goal in his sights. Tacks back to his right. Tosses it into the X. Nice centering pass. Just hit off the end of a Tiger stick. A lot of collisions there in the middle. Ball still on the ground. Chopped away, and now it'll be picked up by Santagello behind the net. Better defense that time from Dawson. Tigers never really got a clean look. So we roll on here in the third quarter of play. 9:55 remaining. Dawson on the attack again. Tigers really clamping down, making space tight for the Mustangs. And an excellent play defensively for Erie again. And just washed in the sunshine is that white jersey and white number. Couldn't quite tell who that was. I think that was Ben Warren, who's had a couple real nice plays defensively. Now Adams had to sky, catches it with his stick. Looking right side, that's Bristow. Tigers going counterclockwise. Underhand shot will sail wide, and that will stay with Erie. Now play it out top. Between the hashes here is Teku. Nice little feed into the middle. Good knifing cut, and a bouncer is saved again by Santagello. Oh, man. He has been putting on a performance here tonight. Now Dawson trying to get it over there. Having the Tiger zone. That's Carlson. Off of the near side for Garrity. Garrity gets it right back. The leading goal scorer here for the Mustangs. Looking for any type of room. Dawson trying to weave players, cut them through the middle, and the Tigers just not giving an inch. Reevy with it. Back up top. That's Carlson. Tried to spin. Gets chopped at. Has the stick completely dislodged from his hands, as that was a big-time stick check there from Aiden Clough. Clough again harassing. Dawson still with it, though. Ben Perry. Back to Carlson. Good little move that time by Carlson to get around Clough. But a misfired pass is out of bounds, and the ball will go back to Erie. 3-0 here, third period. Tigers on top in this one. As that long pass is easily gathered there by Santagello, and he took it all the way over midfield, trying to get Dawson quickly into their offensive set. Tigers, though, with that long pass, basically had everyone back. Kamagaki will come out for Erie, and checking in is Vandaloon. Tigers finally get the personnel they have, but Dawson has a man advantage. No one was there to pick him up. Just kind of got lost as the Tigers were changing, and the first goal of the game comes there by Cade Carlson. And Coach Mandia saying, hey, you got to communicate. And couldn't quite get the tail end of the goal there, just a hair late on our replay, but it is suddenly a 2-goal game. In a game in which Erie has had about 65-70% of the possession. Good goaltending, that's what it can do for you. Keep you in games. And it's done that for Dawson here. It's another face-off. Gardner in the center, and he'll pick it up cleanly. Gardner races into the offensive zone. Tyler Gardner with it. Going toward the net, and Gardner gets it chopped away. And Gardner thought he might have himself a goal. Smelled a little bit of blood in the water there, and he went hard toward the net. Tigers with a steal, turnover, and a shot on an empty net goes high. And Dawson will get the ball. By the way, Tyler Gardner, 2 goals on the season. He was looking for his third there. Tigers just missed one there, and not happy with himself is Cam Kramer. He thought he had himself a goal. Another loose ball. Tigers again. That's Warren with it through the midfield. Warren racing down the center of the field, spins and bounces, and another shot that's missed. And the Tigers just can't buy a goal. .6:11 remaining. Ample opportunity, just have not capitalized. Tigers had their best chance on an open net, and Kramer, that's one of those you'll wake up in the middle of the night thinking about. Man, how did I miss that? And Kennedy tried to chase it down before it went out of bounds, and a turnover there. Both teams a little bit sloppy in possession here the last couple minutes. 5:43 remaining in this third quarter. Dawson still with it. They'll say it was last touched by a Tiger. They'll start things up here again. Carlson with it. Right hash, over the right hash on the, talking the football field markers anyways. They don't use those particularly in lacrosse. Carlson tried to dance, now dumped one and easily picked up by Beach as that snuck all the way through to him. Warren with it, looking for an outlet pass. And he'll slowly take it up, now fires it all the way across the field. Long pass, gathered there. Tigers on the pursuit. Near side, that's Jackson Keener. Jackson with it. Wheels off into the center. Tigers want the right personnel down there as Stone Keener waiting near midfield. And Adams also waiting to come on. Keener again. That's Stone with it. Back to Adams. Adams far side, and losing it in the sun was Keener. You could see he was looking directly into the sun and never saw the ball coming. Now high pass, nice gather there. Tigers still in the offensive zone. Stone with it in the middle. Adams fires and wide, and the Tigers still can't send one home. Maybe just a case of pressing a little bit too much. They'll say that was last touch by a Mustang, and a penalty coming here for the Mustangs. It'll be Chase Kennedy serving this one. So Tigers, the field half in sunlight, half in the shadows of the press box. And sometimes when that ball goes from sun to shadow or shadow to sun, the player's kind of losing it. Coach Mandia might say, hey, let's maybe take a couple long shots from that shadowy area. That ball's going to be tough to pick up. Now far side at the X. Centering pass, shot whipped, and another save. Another outstanding save by Santagello. I think just got his left leg and maybe part of his stick on that one. The Tigers shut down again. Turnover, here comes Warren. Looking for some Tiger help. Falls down and picked up, and a whistle and a stoppage and a penalty here on Dawson. A shove from behind. They're going to call that one on Liam Keeley. And I did not see how many minutes the referee gave. He did not want to make the trip all the way over to the press box that sits about 50 yards from where he was. So he signaled it from long distance, and I didn't catch that one. So Tigers on the attack, a man up again. Kamagaki rolls one. Gets it right back. Tigers quick passing here. A bouncer is easily handled by Santagello. Tigers starting to take shots just to take them. I think they're frustrated, trying to force things, and Dawson keeps hanging around. And with the way the Tigers defense has been playing, it's going to be tough for Dawson to get 2 more goals. But you keep it at a 2-goal game and you get one, maybe even a lucky one, and all of a sudden anything could happen. Good defense there for the Tigers. Getting his stick in there was Aiden Abram. And a turnover, and the Tigers looking to break out again. That's Sage Gardner with it up the near sideline. Sage looking for Stone Keener, who just checked into the game. Stone now racing in. 2:06 remaining here in the period. Low scoring affair, this one. Teku with it. Teku racing toward the net. Fires all the way across the field, and the Tigers, as we said, they just look like they're pressing right now. Not the normal Tiger offense we have seen, and not even the normal Tiger offense we've seen this game. They just look a little frustrated, out of sorts. Almost a big steal. In fact, picking it up off the turf, driving toward the net. Good chop from behind. Keener picks it up, fires, shot wide. Good job, Kamagaki. Almost got a steal there. And a quick goal. Tigers still can't find a way to score. Big check. Puts the ball all the way forward. Falls safely into the stick of an Erie Tiger. That was Kamagaki. Bristow up top. That was Kramer with it. Now Kramer looking for help. Houston Irwin is checked into the game. Irwin waiting for Adams to come in. Big Christian Adams. We saw him bowl over the top of some Mustangs. Still hasn't found the back of the net, though. Adams looked like he was going to cut toward the crease and tried to throw a centering pass from behind the net, and that one was picked off by Santagello. He has by far been Dawson's best player here tonight. And through the middle there was Ben Perry, but that Tiger defense collapsed and made him pay. He's going to have some bruises. And a timeout for Erie. Coach Mandia, he wants to sort some things out. We'll take a timeout. 26 seconds left here in the period. Tigers still lead it, though, here on the Erie Tiger Network.
You have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you. Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
You are watching the ETN.
And welcome back in here, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you. Nick Kakar helping out on the camera tonight. As the Tigers, they lead it 3-1, but they are, I think, feeling a little bit frustrated here that margin's not a little wider. As the Tigers come in as a highly regarded squad here. And they have certainly a deep postseason run on their minds. If you look at the RPI for the 4A standings here in Lacrosse, Erie right now sitting at 3, Thompson Valley at 1, Cheyenne Mountain with 2. Largely a product of Thompson Valley playing Erie and having that nice opponent record ensconced on your RPI. We'll talk about the rankings here in a little bit as Bristow winds up, fires, and hits the crossbar. That is about the third, maybe fourth time tonight the Tigers have hit the pipe. As Bristow smoked that one. Nice long pass in toward the crease, and picking that one up is Beach, and he just tried to launch it at the horn, and at the end of 3, it's the Tigers 3, Dawson 1. We got a tight game on our hands. We'll head to the 4th here on the Erie Tiger Network. And welcome back in. A 3-1 game as we go to quarter number 4. Teams will switch sides. The top 10 here in the 4A. Cheyenne Mountain number 1 at 8-2. They have 10 of the 11 first place votes. The other first place vote belonging to Erie, as they came into the week at 7-1, now 8-1. Thompson Valley at 3. Erie dispatched of them not too long ago. They dispatched of Golden, who's number 4. They're only 5-5 though. Green Mountain, number 5. Air Academy 6. Steamboat Springs 7. Aspen 8. Thomas Jefferson and Battle Mountain round out the top 10 in 4A. And Tigers win the faceoff, and Tyler Gardner with the shot and buries it. So Tyler Gardner wins the faceoff, raced in, and bounced one home. And how about that goal from Tyler Gardner? You see him there just blow past the defense, use the speed, and send one home. And the Tigers now lead it 4-1. And it just seemed like that was a long time coming for Erie. They never could quite get one home, and finally Tyler Gardner racing through the middle. And the referee's actually going to check the stick here of Tyler Gardner. We've seen them do that a couple times this season. The well or the pocket of the stick cannot be too deep, and so they just want to check it and make sure, and they're saying it's all good, and the goal stands. And so Tyler Gardner, with his third goal of the season, gives the Tigers a 3-goal lead. So Gardner again, see if he can do it again. Ball placed, whistle blown. Tyler Gardner will pick it up, and Tyler Gardner will race into the offensive zone. This time he'll shovel off to a teammate, Will back, and he'll check out as Kamagaki will settle things up top, and a nice couple minutes there for Tyler Gardner. We're not even. Little 20-second burst of some good action from Tyler Gardner. Now Kramer with it. Thought he was going to fire one. Looked like he was going to step in, and then said, nope, that lane closed off. They'll reset here. That's Stone Keener. Off to Adams. Adams looking for Jackson Keener. Keener to Keener here. Near side, another shot, and that one hit the side of the net. The net rippled, and I think it was just deflected a hair wide. Now Dawson trying to get this back to a 2-goal game. Behind the net, Hendricks. Mentioned this Dawson team 4-4. I have a couple games where they have really lit up the other team, and they do have a shutout. That George Washington game is Beach picks it up, but they have struggled at times defensively. 10 goals to Windsor, 14 to Holy Family, 14-0 against Cheyenne Mountain. I think Erie was hoping for the same thing, but I know I was talking with Paul Stasina in the booth next to us before, and I said, you know, we might see a tighter game than expected, just with the history, even though it's short history in terms of the Erie program, but a lot of history between these players. A lot of these players have played together for years on club teams. Of course, a lot of these players played together in this for Dawson last year all the way to the state championship. And you had a lot of players from a state championship team now playing for Erie. And I didn't know if there might be some hard feelings, as there's a nice shot from the side, and finally sneaking one in was Kamagaki. So Taylor Kamagaki scores and makes it 5-1 Erie. And for Kamagaki, that is his 14th goal of the season. That ties him for the team lead. Kamagaki tied with Bristow, both 14. Christian Adams with 14. Stone Keener with 13 coming into today. Jackson Keener with 12. Kramer with 12. So, and Teku with 10. So 8 Tigers with double-digit goals so far this season. Excuse me, 7 Tigers. And a turnover there for Erie. 9:06 remaining in this game. Tigers now feels like they're firmly in control. I mean, Tiger defense has hardly given an inch all game. It's been their offense's inability to score that has kind of kept this one close. Now pass into the middle, bouncing around, and Beach will pick it up. Timmy Beach quickly sprinting from his own net, brings it across the midline. Timmy Beach in the offensive zone. Maybe he's looking for a goal. Nice pass at the doorstep, and a goal. Great pass, the assist by Timmy Beach. And the Tigers lead it 6-1, and they are pumped up. And the goal was scored, I believe, by Kamagaki. No, I beg your pardon. That was not Kamagaki. I'm actually not sure who had that goal. We'll see if we can't go back and find that. Once again, those are the challenge of the numbers. That might have been Cam Kramer. Even looking on replay, just couldn't quite tell who buried that one home. But that's certainly going to go in the Tim Beach highlight reel. Now Gardner, another face-off win. 6-1 now here for Erie. Gardner barreling through the middle. Gardner, another goal! Tyler Gardner buried it in the back of the net, and he's got 2 here today. That's goal number 4 on the season for Tyler. And Tyler was the spark that lit the fire here to start the 4th quarter. And he pretty much puts the icing on the cake here. 6-goal lead now for Erie. And a timeout coming for Dawson. We'll step aside, take a timeout. Tigers lead it 7-1.
You are watching the ETN.
And welcome back in here, Erie Tiger Network. It is 7-0. Erie leads it over Dawson as they have exploded for 4 goals here in the 4th quarter. 2 of them by Tyler Gardner. He got the goal scoring started after a face-off win, raced in, and put one home. And Gardner will take another face-off here. Hey, maybe he'll looking for a hat trick here. Ball dislodges, and it's won by Dawson. Oh, and Tyler Gardner hooked and nearly yanked down. And Tyler Gardner trying to play defense, a little bit out of control. Frustrated, I think, that he got shoved off the face-off dot, and he picks up the penalty. Coach Mandia kind of signaling to Tyler, hey, man, just settle down. You're all right. And 8:05 remaining, and the Tigers will be a man down here for a little bit. Now Dawson with it on the reset. Dawson just looking for any type of space. Just have not been able to negotiate as there's another stick in a passing lane. The Tigers have just been demonstrative on defense here. A shot and a goal. Just as we say that, a beautiful shot coming from the far side, and zipping that one home was Owen Hendricks. Owen Hendricks, I beg your pardon. And Owen Hendricks on the season, that is his 5th goal. And he makes it a 7-2 game. That one came right at the tail end of their man advantage. In fact, Erie was putting their defender back on the field, didn't quite even get there in time. Now Gardner trying to win the faceoff. He'll pick it up himself, and Tyler Gardner will race into the offensive zone. Wide open at the doorstep. Nope. Holding on to it. Kind of a little wraparound shot there. Hits off the face mask of Santagello and will roll out toward midfield where Dawson will gather, and now they will attack in the offensive zone. 6:59 remaining. Near side pass goes wayward, and Erie right there to pick it up, at least for a moment. Now the ball's still loose, and they'll call a little loose ball shove on Dawson, and Tigers will keep possession. Now Tigers on the attack. That's Sands with it. Kamagaki playing catch with behind the net. Sands to Jackson Keener. Sands has it. Cradling the ball. Looking for some open space. Steps in the middle. Near side pass. Passing up the shot was Kramer. Tigers will reset. They can be patient here. 5:23 left. Plenty of time. And a good job shoveling that one. Nice to have that long stick. Giving the advantage there for Erie. Keeps it in the Erie side of the field. Now a long shot, and that one is hammered home up top shelf. The long shot by Cam Kramer, and he scores. And so the 8th goal of the game, and that one by Cam Kramer. And, man, that one about bore a hole through the back of the net. Now, what a shot that one was. So an 8-2 lead. And another face-off win for Gardner. He's got another head of steam. Can he get number 3? Bounces, and he got that one kind of poked at from behind, and that softly fell into the netting there of Santagello. Tiger defense continuing to harass. Finally, they chopped the ball loose all the way up near midfield. Picked up again by Carlson, and a whistle and a timeout here for Dawson. We're going to mute our mics for a moment, save our voice a little bit. 8-2, Tigers lead it here at home with 5:04 remaining. Welcome back in. Erie Tiger Network, 5:08 remaining in this one. Tigers have played a heck of a game here in this fourth quarter. They have really controlled throughout, but just haven't quite found the back of the net with consistency. But hats off to Santagello, the Dawson goalie, Dawson Santagello, who has been fantastic tonight for Dawson, keeping them in this one for a long time. On the season, he's had 143 saves. It feels like he's had 143 saves in this one alone. 4:30 and some change remaining here in this one. Dawson on the attack. Dawson will play Fairview in their next game. Following this one, Tigers will move to 9-1 on the season. They will take on Rocky Mountain. We'll then have Holy Family, Douglas County, Mountain Range, and Windsor to finish out the regular season. That one will go wide, but Dawson will keep possession here with 3:42 remaining. Referee will start play. Here come the Mustangs. Nice spin toward the center, but man, good team defense by Erie. That spin toward the center, Ben Warren recognized it and just warded off the defender. Now Tigers on the attack in the open field. They go. Joe Notaro with it. Into the middle. Bouncer just bounces over the goalkeeper's head and almost knocking it back in was Zach Pierce, the defender for Dawson. He got a stick on it and almost knocked it into his own net. And that is something, I don't know how they score that in lacrosse. In soccer, if you score it, it's considered an own goal. In hockey, if you score it in your own goal, the goal is awarded to the last offensive player that touched it. And now that shot will go wide. So not quite sure how they score that in lacrosse. If you know, maybe you can let us know on our chat. By the way, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can like the Erie Tiger Network Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at Erie Tiger Net, or check us out online at erietiger.network.com. And as always, we'd love for you to be a partner with us on our Patreon. That will go a long way to helping us pay for playoff rights and keeping these broadcasts going throughout the years. Go to patreon.com/Erie Tiger Network, and you can sponsor us for as little as $1 a month. You can sponsor a segment for $25 a month, and that's a good way to help us out here on the ETN. Pass in the middle, a quick shot and a goal. And that time it was scored by Joe Notaro.
Joe Notaro with the goal for Erie. It's 9-2.
And for Joe, I believe that might be his first goal of the year. Trying to make sure. And yeah, that is the first one of the year for the former Dawson Mustang. And he makes it 9-2. Gardner in on another faceoff. Wins again, and Gardner, he goes, you know, I am not on the field that long. I face-off specialist, so when I get it, I can sprint. These guys have to conserve their energy, but almost like a hockey player in a short shift, as that shot was branded for the 5-hole, and a good stick save that time for Santagello. Santagello has given up 9 goals, but he has done very well. And down on the field, holding his left knee behind the play, is Kramer. And Kramer getting up very gingerly. He's calling for the ball, but the referees will finally stop things. And I don't know, he was laying down, pointing to his knee. I hope everything is okay. He's gotten up, trying to shake it off. I think he might stay in the game. Maybe a little bit of a stinger there. Now Sands with it. He'll circle around. Tiger shuffling here with 40 seconds left. Erie will move to 9-1 here in their inaugural season. And what a dream inaugural season it has been. Tigers, they score one more here, that would be their 3rd straight game of double-digit goals. And that shot is snared that time by Santagello. And now he's going to fire one long. 8 seconds left. And one more little poke check will do it. And that is going to be the game. Long shot goes wide, but the Tigers win it 9-2 as the players sprint on the field. And they surround Timmy Beach. 9-2. The score, 9-1 the record, now for the Tigers. Hope you enjoyed this version of Tiger Lacrosse, as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Nick Caccaro, our cameraman, a special thanks to him. For him, I am Brandon Bird. Our next Erie broadcast, we are not totally sure yet. We know we will have Erie X next week, but we will try and figure out the rest of our spring schedule this weekend. And as the schedule's changed, a lot of cancellations, a lot of shuffling around, and we'll adjust here as well. But that'll do it for us here tonight. The final score one more time, 9-2. Tigers win it. They win by a final score, or they win by a final score 9-2. They move to 9-1 on the season. For Nick, I'm Brandon. Thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, I'll chirp at you later.